Call of Duty is scoring some points with fans of the Amazon Prime video series The Boys, with a huge crossover event for multiplayer and Warzone as part of Modern Warfare 2's Season 4 Reloaded update. We'll give you all the details.
And the Microsoft-FTC trial is over, and it looks like we're getting closer to some sort of an end to this saga. We're going to talk about all this stuff and so much more right now on Gaming News Weekly. What's up, everybody? It's time for another episode of Gaming News Weekly, the best weekly video game news show out there. Every single Monday, we're bringing you all the biggest things happening in the video game industry. We're on YouTube, Fruit Lab, podcast services everywhere. I'm Erect the Red, joined every single week by this man right here, Full Clip. What's going on, dude?
Yo, what's good? How you doing?
I'm all right, dude. I'm tired. I was just complaining how tired I was. But yeah, I'm excited. As soon as the cameras turn on, the lights, cameras, the action, I feel invigorated. I've got my hard spin drift here, and I'm hoping it gives me a little boost. There's no like caffeine or anything, but alcohol is like my caffeine.
Oh, is that the secret? Yeah.
That's the secret.
I gotta try that sometime.
How about you? How you been?
Doing all right. It's been a long week, but we're here. Time for another week of gaming news, and I'm happy to be here with you.
Oh, look at that. I'm excited. You been doing anything cool? Playing games? Doing anything fun?
It's been relaxed. I haven't really... I guess I did try something new for a video, but it's a new old game. I found this old game called Bib Ribbon for the original PlayStation. And I came across this because I went down this YouTube rabbit hole of AI voices replacing the singers in songs, mostly using like AI voice or SpongeBob AI voice models.
Okay.
So I thought, why not smash these two things together? And this game allowed you to do one of those little Monster Rancher deals where you were taking out the game disc, putting in another disc of your own. So in this case, it'd be an audio CD. Then it would generate a little level based on the beat. So a Parappa the Rapper style, Guitar Hero style kind of rhythm game.
Okay. I saw you posted this. I forgot to check it out. It sounds really interesting. You're just playing it like like an emulated version of this?
No, I would never do such things. But if I were to do that, it's pretty cool how that would work because you can get like an ISO image making, program, and you take your MP3 files, you can make that into a disk image, and rather than actually having to burn that to a disk, you can sort of virtually mount it on your computer, and then the emulator picks that up as a disk, and just like you swap disks.
That's crazy. All right, I'm gonna check it out. Is it fun? Did you enjoy it?
It definitely made me want to play some more of it and get a little better at it, but I'm gonna change the songs up a little bit, or maybe just go with the ones that are on there, because it's a really weird, like, this wasn't released in the US, it was only in Japan and Europe. And the soundtrack in the base game kind of reflects that. But it was really cool what I did hear of it.
Cool. All right, I'm going to check it out. Very cool. What have I been doing? I've been playing a lot of Dave the Diver. Still really deep into that. Every time, you get a little bit further, like the whole game dynamic, not the whole game dynamic, but it adds like a whole nother level. It's really interesting. I haven't played a game like that in a while. And then I've been playing a game fairly it came out not too long ago. It might still be in early access on PC, called Backpack Hero. You ever hear of this one?
No, I don't think so.
So it's like a roguelike where you play as this tiny mouse and you're going through these areas, but it's about how you carry things in your bag. So it's a grid thing, and you could expand, like, that's how big your bag is, and then you have room for like a sword and an item, and then if you have the sword next to this item, it grants this power. So it's all about how you pack your bag, really. Like, you want to, like, so you could do like a whole row of like all just arrows, and if you have an amulet that gives that row powers, like all the arrows are more powerful and stuff. It's really interesting. It's a really cool take on the genre. And it's people, if you're OCD and you want to like pack things and stuff like that, it's really good too. So, yeah, I've been playing a bunch of that. It's fun. And the gameplay loop is good. It's a well-made game for that style of thing. I definitely recommend it. I'm playing that on my Steam Deck. So it's a perfect game for that. But yeah, I don't think I've turned my PlayStation on in a while. I did download Exoprimal on the Xbox through Game Pass, and I have not played it yet. My son has been playing like Minecraft all the time, so like I don't get it. I sit there with my Steam Deck while he's playing Minecraft. It works out. Yeah. It's like it's perfect to have the Steam Deck for this. But yeah, playing games on the television I haven't been able to do that in quite a while.
Well, the minds need crafted.
Exactly. They do. All right. Should we talk some new releases?
Yeah, let's roll into it.
All right, let's do it. These are our new releases from last week. All right, first up, Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals came out July 12th on PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch, PC, iOS, and Android. This is a Netflix studio game. It is you could play it if you have a Netflix subscription. You could play it on your mobile device. It is a sequel to, I mean, that's kind of obvious by the 2 in the title, but it's 5 years after the first game, and it's similar. It's the same characters, I guess. I've never played did you play Oxenfree? No, I want to after I did a little research for the show here, because it sounds great. It sounds right up my alley. It's a narrative adventure game. It's like a supernatural thriller, kind of got like some Stranger Things vibes happening. But the dialogue, it's all about your dialogue choices and stuff, and that it shapes the outcome of the game. So it's all about like, I don't know, aliens, or there's like a portal. There's like a portal that opens up to somewhere. Something like that. But so yeah, I have a Netflix subscription, so I could play the second one, but it was recommended, like you can play it and still enjoy it, but I did see it recommended to get the full story to play the first Oxenfree. Yeah. So I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, I think both of those are all available on Netflix as well.
On the Netflix? Oh, good to know. Absolutely. Maybe I'll download that and start that before bed or something. It's always nice you can reach over and just, instead of constantly scrolling through like Reddit or something. Yeah, I'll play a little game on through Netflix.
Yeah, I'd like to know how like that experience is.
Yeah, like I have one of those backbone controllers for my iPhone, so I could play with that. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I played a few games through the Netflix app, and it's just like when you're watching a show, you scroll down on the app, and there's a whole thing of games that you could then play. And it seems like it takes you right to the App Store, so it's not embedded into the into the thing. So, and then it's just like playing a mobile game. But they're doing a great job, and their catalog of games it's pretty it's full. It's getting nice. All right, and the other game that came out, Exoprimal, came out July 14th on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, XS, and PC. Now this is so last week I talked about how excited I was to check this out. It didn't work out where I had time, but I'm still excited. Now that I know a little bit more, I was reading some reviews and stuff like that. So it's a team shooter where it just rains dinosaurs for some reason. And your team has to, so it's multiplayer only, and you're on a team with other people. There's no single player game at all. And you have to kill like the most dinosaurs. Like that's the whole goal. And there's like 10 different exosuits that you can wear. And it was described very like Overwatchy, where like each suit has different abilities. There's like an assault class, a support class, and a tank class. And, each time you start a match, there might be different objectives to do. So your class will help out in certain ways. And you're just killing dinosaurs that are like raining. And there's like I think there's like a meteorologist. It's like, there's a 10% chance of dinosaurs. It's weird. But yeah, and you're just competing against another team, and then I don't know. So
Looks interesting. I mean, like the same kind of concept works for what is it with Aloy, and it's kind of set back in the day. Yeah, Horizon, Zero Dawn, and those games. It gives me a lot of vibes of that. Just with real dinosaurs instead of like mechs dinosaurs.
Right. Yeah, and if Horizon had like a team-based shooter, online-only multiplayer element.
Yeah,
this is it. Yeah. So I have no idea what it's like. I did also read in a couple of reviews that the enjoyment of the game is made more by having other people playing with, because it does, you need to work together as a team. If you're just jumping in solo, it's not as rewarding. And then it did, they were saying it needs to add more. After a few hours, it's a little repetitive. Those are the only big downsides I've heard. So hopefully next week in our What Have We Been Playing segment, I'll be like, Exo Primal, it's the craziest shit ever. So yeah, I'll work on that too. Does this interest you at all, the Exo Primal game?
Yeah, the more I see of it, the more I want to try it out.
Yeah,
it does look like it's kind of lacking in the long term. I'd have to, maybe some DLC will come out to spice things up.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, if it's multiplayer only, I expect it to have that kind of games as service, live service element where they're adding stuff. I don't know, but I'll report back. I promise. All right, that was it. Not much happening here in the games industry as far as our new games coming out, but it's summer, dude. We're supposed to be outside, playing, kick the can or whatever the kids do these days, right?
Working on our tans.
Exactly. All right, let's talk about our news of the week. After talking about this for years, it seems, I don't know, we're finally close to an outcome in the Activision, Blizzard, Microsoft merger. So a judge ruled against the FTC. So federal judge Jacqueline Scott Corley ruled against the FTC's attempt to block Microsoft from closing the deal. They were trying to get an injunction so that they couldn't close it. They had a little trial. We talked about it for the past few weeks, and they lost. Here's a quote from the judge. It says, "This court's responsibility in this case is narrow. It is to decide if, notwithstanding these current circumstances, the merger should be halted, perhaps even terminated, pending resolution of the FTC administrative action. For the reasons explained, the court finds the FTC has not shown a likelihood it will prevail on its claim this particular vertical merger in this specific industry may substantially lessen competition. To the contrary, the record evidence points to more consumer access to Call of Duty and other Activision content. The motion for a preliminary injunction is therefore denied." So, it's been fun. It's been exciting. This is probably our last episode of Gaming News Weekly, right? Because what else are we going to talk about now that this seems to be nearing the end of this possible merger? Yeah. Real quick, Phil Spencer tweeted after the decision that we're grateful to the court for swiftly deciding in our favor. The evidence showed the Activision Blizzard deal is good for the industry, and the FTC's claims about console switching, multi-game subscription services, and cloud don't reflect the realities of the gaming market. So what do you think? Now it's all said and done. We could be looking at the deal closing as soon as like tomorrow, I believe. Yeah. It needs to be done by the 18th. So
yeah, it's looking like it's going to go in Xbox's favor, and I'm focusing in on that one little line there that this is to the contrary, that they found that this is going to expand gamers' access to, however they put it. Do you think that's true? I'm not sure exactly how this would expand it.
The more that I read the judge's response to this, the more I thought that they have no idea what really goes, is in this. I think that shows that the FTC, what they did during the trial was they didn't bring up the right things. It was all about like I don't know, what is a next gen console and like all this stuff. Would they, like the whole ZeniMax thing, saying that they wouldn't, that they kept those as a Xbox only thing as exclusive, and then as soon as like that was like, well, no, but we're saying Call of Duty can be anybody's now, and the judge is like, well, there you have it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
you know.
I mean, which like through this trial, everybody got a 10-year plus deal out of it, or that was what was originally offered by Microsoft. But there's no guarantee that that would have happened pre this trial and pre the pressure that's put on Xbox to do that.
Right. And while we're talking about that, earlier today, Phil Spencer, then he went on Twitter and he announced that, he said, we are pleased to announce that Microsoft and PlayStation have signed a binding agreement to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation following the acquisition of Activision Blizzard. We look forward to a future where players globally have more choice to play their favorite games. And then it was confirmed that it is for that 10-year deal that was initially talked about. So, yeah, it's official, Call of Duty, 10 years on PlayStation. But yeah, I don't know. Are you what are your thoughts overall on this? Do you think after everything we've seen, now that we're, this is the last time we'll ever talk about this ever. Sure. You think it's a good thing?
For me, as a frequent Call of Duty player, I see it as a good thing. I see it as I'm going to pay whatever the total Xbox PC Game Pass would add up to for a year. If the new Call of Duty is on there, I'm getting a subscription. I'm paying that the entire year because I'm going to get my $60 game that I'm going to pay for day one anyway, and I get so much more value out of that. I mean, especially with like Starfield. Starfield alone would make me have this for at least like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I totally agree with that as far as, as like a gamer and wanting to get in on all that stuff. What's interesting, and when you start thinking about it, it's a little scary. So now Microsoft Xbox is going to become the largest third-party developer for PlayStation.
That's
weird is that
weird to say. Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, it's Call of Duty. I don't know, and we'll see if how this works out for them as far as Call of Duty. If they want to keep continuing to, keep things on as an exclusive like they're doing with Starfield. One thing that came out of this recent FTC batch of documents that I thought was interesting, the Microsoft Chief Financial Officer Tim Stewart, during his testimony, he stated that Microsoft had forecasted more than 10 million sales on PlayStation for both Starfield and the Indiana Jones game, and it made them exclusive with the thought that Game Pass is going to make up those sales, which is crazy to me. Because you figure, 10 million copies, $70 a pop. That's a lot. You got to have a lot of Game Pass subscriptions for that, and then you're talking about all the however much money that you're paying the other consumers to, or the other companies to put your games on Game Pass. Like, I don't know. There was a lot of financial information that did come out regarding Game Pass and that sort of stuff, but not enough. I really want to know how much they're making annually with this Game Pass, how many total subscribers they have and can keep. Because do you think this is going to bring Starfield specifically? Do you think that's going to bring a lot of new subscribers?
I think so, or at least I don't know, because if you're seeing this it's $15 a month in 4 months. By the time I'm probably going to lose a lot of interest in this game, I'll have paid it off and had access to so much more in the meantime. Right. I don't know who's going to go out day one and buy a physical, or not even a physical copy, but a standalone non-Game Pass version of Starfield when True. You've got the other option right in front of you. And
that's a great point. Yeah.
It being first party, we can probably expect it to stay on Game Pass forever, but there's no guarantee. So I don't know. A year later, if they take it off Game Pass, what's the price? $30?
Yeah. Yeah, and with the the expansiveness that Starfield seems to offer. Yeah, I mean that one might be one where people are gonna be like, I'm gonna go buy this game because it's one that I'll be able to always come back to. I don't have to have my subscription going to Game Pass in order to come and play this. So yeah, it's interesting, man. There's so many questions, and like what it means for Starfield, Indiana Jones, Call of Duty, like all these titles, and even like some of the older Activision titles. If this thing goes through this week, like how soon do we see some of the older Activision games popping up on Game Pass or whatever, Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Now, the FTC did appeal this verdict, but Microsoft President Brad Smith said the district court's ruling makes crystal clear that this acquisition is good for both competition and consumers. We're disappointed that the FTC is continuing to pursue what has become a demonstrably weak case, and we will oppose further efforts to delay the ability to move forward. So it sounds like it's pretty much done, because even then, like the head of the FTC, Lena Khan, was getting shit at a White House committee meeting, saying like, why are you appealing this? Haven't you spent enough of the taxpayers' money trying to like figure this out? So now I get that's her job, and I'm not trying to make this political, but yeah, it's at a certain point, I think they got to just be like, all right, it's done. Stick a fork in it.
I've seen the accusations that like the FTC is just riding for Sony, but why would the FTC ride for Sony, a Japanese company, versus an American company?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think I think we both have that it was a valid concern, this merger from the start. It's a huge deal. So, yeah, we'll see what happens in the next few days. And, of course, we're not going to talk about it, though, because we're never talking about any of these parties again. We're never talking about Xbox, Sony, Activision ever again. This is now just News Weekly, no gaming involved. I'm kidding, of course. I don't know anything about the real news. All right, let's move on. You want to move on, or you want to? You got anything else to talk about with this?
We got a long show. We better go ahead.
All right, let's keep moving along. Now, as the Gaming News Weekly Call of Duty specialist, I'm going right to you about this one. Prime Video has a show, The Boys. Everybody knows about The Boys. It's a violent superhero show, and now it's crossing over with Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, and Warzone. Now, have you had hands on with this?
I'm not going to spend the money on the content packs because they're like $24.
Ooh, that was my question. I was like, how much does this cost? Like, it sounds interesting, but
yeah, of course, other people have, as always. So I am running around the map and seeing Starlight. As of today, Starlight has been out, but Homelander launched today, and I haven't played today. And was it Black Noir will be coming out on like the 20th.
Okay. Now, so they're not putting the people that... Okay, so if you bought this thing and you have those characters... now, I know there's like powers or something. Can you get those powers if you didn't buy in?
Okay, so the Warzone side of it, and possibly...
that's a Warzone
DMZ,
thing? Okay.
That's where the Temp V comes in, and you're able to get that field upgrade. I don't think you have to buy into that. I think that's just around the map now.
Because that sounded cool. It's very Fortnite-y. Like, I was really surprised at how full Fortnite they're going with this.
Yeah, but as far as what they show in the trailer for, like, Homelander doing laser eyes and stuff like that, if you buy that pack, I think that's just like a finishing move you're able to do if you catch somebody off guard.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, I did see that. Yeah, so there's charge jump, where you could charge up and make a massive jump across the map and smash people that you land on. Electric shockwave, a powerful electric explosion that deals damage all around you. And laser vision, Homelander's signature deadly move. And then teleport. You get to teleport a short distance through walls and other things. So, okay, so that's just Warzone. Okay. So that's good. So now as the characters in multi or in the multiplayer, if they're playing with these skins, they don't have any cool powers.
Not just running around, not typically. No, I think
Gotcha,
it's the same as a regular operator. Just cool animations when you get like a melee kill on somebody.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, I was wondering how it like worked out. I was reading about some people's reactions to this, and they were disappointed at how this is their Warzone. This is Call of Duty. This is serious shit.
Very serious.
It's getting to be less serious as we're seeing also with the Whisker Tango bundle that's coming out soon. Yeah. This is the one you'll buy, though, right?
I probably will. I mean, I don't know, because we're so late into the season. New Call of Duty will be along in a couple months. I don't know if I can spend $24 in good faith.
Yeah, but this one comes with the Sergeant operator skin and the Sergeant Sprinkles operator skin. And they are just cats. They're just cats. They're just walking, shooting cats. So yeah, I thought that was really exciting. But yeah, it's definitely getting. What do you think about this? The Fortnite-ification of Call of Duty.
Man, I don't think it's quite there. We're not seeing like banana suits and Goku, but we could.
This is just the start.
Yeah, last year we had Snoop Dogg and other like celebrity. There might have even been some soccer players or something.
Yeah, but no talking cats. Well, I don't know if these talk.
Well, they got in trouble. I think we might have covered it. We might have not. They got in trouble because they had all these like furry style operators, but they found that they had just ripped them off of some other artist online.
Oh, so they removed them?
Yeah, they were going to do like fox-faced people, dog-faced people.
Interesting. Okay, so it's just slowly happening. We'll see how much it builds. We'll see what the response by the fans is. Yeah. But
which it does happen every cycle of this game. It starts out very serious usually, especially like I'm thinking Call of Duty World War II. You even saw it in like the attachments. They got more unrealistic as the seasons went through. More red dot reflector sights and things like that you really wouldn't have seen back then, aside from maybe on an airplane.
Gotcha. Yeah, and I love the boys, so I would totally be down to have that. I think I know you do too. I think that's it's a great crossover. But it's interesting that you never want to. There's so many people out there that are already like praising Homelander. He's like the villain of the show, and then you got all these people like weirdos praising him. So I'm sure that's a lot more. You're going to get a lot. The chats are going to get a little spicy when you see a Homelander on the team. So hopefully not. Because we got 10 more years of Call of Duty. We got to 10 more years. All right. Anything else to add about things happening in Call of Duty? This is season 4, right? Did this just start?
Yeah. Well, no. This is season 4 remastered, so we're midway through.
Remastered.
So it's like not remastered, reloaded.
Reloaded. I knew it was something like that.
Yeah.
And then okay. Is there going to be a season 5?
I believe so. So it'll be like a 2-month thing, and then it's probably time to stop with the seasons for that and get into the next game. We'll be at about October at that point, I think.
All right. Interesting. We'll see what comes next. All right, next up, the PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium game catalog was announced for July. Some exciting titles coming to the PlayStation Plus, starting with It Takes Two. You ever play that?
No. Game of the year, wasn't it?
It is a fun game. I started it's been on Game Pass for a bit. My wife and I started on Game Pass, and then just kind of forgot about it. We haven't been able to play much together. So now that it's coming to PlayStation Plus, maybe I'll switch over and get the trophies over there. But that's a fun game, man. It's a great platformer, and it'll cause you and your significant other, partner, whoever you're playing it with, to scream at each other.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Sniper Elite 5, SnowRunner, World War Z, The Ascent, Undertale, SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated, Melty Blood, Type Lumina. This game, that sounds great. Dismantle, Circus Electric, Dynasty Warriors 9, Samurai Warriors 5, My Little Pony, A Maritime Bay Adventure, Fast and Furious, Spy Racers, Rise of Shifter, and Monster Jam Steel Titans are all out for PS4 and PS5 and the extra and premium tier. And then the just the premium tier, the classics, Gravity Crash Portable, Twisted Metal, and Twisted Metal 2 out on the premium thing. So not as good as our recent hauls, but some really good titles. And there's some things I'm excited to play. I've never been into the sniper games, but
yeah.
Snow.
I could definitely get down on SnowRunner.
I was just gonna say, SnowRunner is always one that like I've watched people play it, and I'm like, this looks super fun and super hard. But yeah, it looks interesting. World War Z and The Ascent are both multiplayer games that I think I could probably get down with my friends. World War Z is one that has been super cheap multiple times, like under $5, and like me and my group of friends that are always looking for a game where I was like, should we buy World War Z? And we haven't yet. And now, now we could try it out, just take on all the zombies. And then my kid's excited for a new SpongeBob. We played that. What was that last SpongeBob that we played? You know what I'm talking about, the most recent one. So this one is supposed to be like
Shake.
Yes, yeah, he loved that. And this one is supposed to be, Battle for Bikini Bottom is like the SpongeBob game. So so he'll be excited for that. So still some good stuff and a bunch of indie games, bunch of random, weird Japanese games, and a bunch of games that look like just shit.
Yes. What is Fast and Furious Spy Racers Rise of Shifter?
Yeah, I don't know, dude. That
does not sound good.
No, it does not sound good. More like Rise of Shitter. See what I did there?
Yeah. But Undertale, that is a beloved classic. Like, it lives on in memes forever kind of game.
That's one I've never played. I've heard of it. Never tried it. So maybe now's the chance. I say that like I have time to play any of these games.
Yeah.
I need to, I just need to stop playing so much Dave the Diver. All right. So yeah, some good stuff. Nothing blowing me away, but definitely some things I'm looking forward to checking out. But some very exciting news that I am thrilled for. A new Black Panther game was announced from the new EA studio, Cliffhanger Games. So this is going to be a third-person, single-player game, and that's pretty much all we know. The studio is led by Kevin Stevens. He was previously the studio head at the Monolith Productions, who did the Shadow of Mordor game. So he said, "We're dedicated to delivering fans a definitive and authentic Black Panther experience, giving them more agency and control over their narrative than they have ever experienced in a story-driven video game. Wakanda is a rich superhero sandbox, and our mission is to develop an epic world for players who love Black Panther and want to explore the world of Wakanda as much as we do." That quote got me super hyped just about that, how he's focusing on the world of Wakanda, because Black Panther's the star of that world, but Wakanda is the co-star, man. Are you familiar with the Black Panther? Did you see the movie?
I've not seen the movies.
So the Black Panther, Wakanda is the place where they live, and they have they're technologically advanced because they have this very rare metal that you could do all this stuff with. So the fact that we're gonna explore Wakanda and see it's going to open up for tons of cool weapons and stuff like that, gadgets. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited to see what that's all about. Would you have you ever played the Shadow the Mordor games? Yeah. Did you like those?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. They first time I've ever used something like the Nemesis system in those games.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, and that's one thing I'm excited this would be a great way to bring that back. Put the Nemesis system in this Black Panther game, and I think so we haven't really seen it used outside of the that Shadow of Mordor. So yeah, I'm excited, man. Like, I think Black Panther is a really great character, and just the way they describe having the control over their narrative than they have ever experienced in a story-driven video game. Hopefully, that's not just hyperbole, and they're really gonna make something cool and fun. So, I mean, I'm sure years away from knowing anything about this game, because that's really all we got right now is just that quote for me to live on.
That'd be really awesome if it has like the polish of the Spider-Man games.
Yeah. After Spider-Man, it's hard to, you can't put a game out that doesn't have that level. We saw it with like the Marvel's Avengers game, where that just shit the bed because it was, they tried to do something different. They tried to do a games and service type situation. But you got Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and now Spider-Man 2 coming out. That really sets the bar for these single player story driven Marvel games. Wolverine is coming out from Insomniac sometime in the near future. Hopefully it's not too far away. So it's a good time to be a fan of Marvel. And last up, The Last of Us Part 2. Could it possibly be getting a remaster? So now this is some information that was leaked by the composer Gustavo Santaolalla. I think I nailed that last name. But he had an interview recently, and he was talking about his cameo appearance in The Last of Us Part 2. He's in that. He plays like a banjo at some point. And he said that it will be expanded in the new editions of the game, where you can make him play certain themes. And he's like, I can't tell you anything else. So, I mean, that's all we've gotten about this. But the fact that they're already talking about doing a new version of this game or a remaster is a little weird. So, I don't know. It came out 3 years ago. It came out for the PlayStation 5. The previous ones, they did a remaster because it was a PlayStation 3 game. You do a remaster and then, that makes a lot more sense. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe remaster's not the best word for it. Maybe expanded, or maybe what did they call it when they did it for GTA 5, when they brought it over to the newer console generation PC? There's some word for it. Enhanced edition.
Sure. Okay.
So maybe that's more the case here.
Yeah, I could see that. And, they just recently had the PC. They released the PC version, right? Of this. Was it this one or the first one? I think
the first one.
Okay. And I know that one was a little buggy. People were pretty upset about that. But so maybe they're just talking about bringing this one over to the PC or something, or doing an enhanced version. They're really trying to capitalize on the popularity of the series now. Yeah. They just had the Emmy nominations just came out last week. The show got 24 Emmy nominations, dude. It's insane. Wow. Yeah.
It's good.
It's real good. Yeah. So it was there were some categories where it was The Last of Us and Succession were the only two. It was 3 people from Succession and 2 people from The Last of Us. That was the whole category of nominees. It was was there anything else on television? So yeah, we'll see. I mean, who knows what Gustavo Santaolalla is talking about, but people are speculating. I'll tell you that. Lots of it out there.
Yep.
Which is what, it's the whole point of video game news. Just speculation. We like to just make stuff up as we go along.
We do it all the time.
Exactly. All right. You got anything else?
Yeah, quick note here.
Ooh.
Are you familiar with a guy named Major Nelson?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Major Nelson, Larry Herb from Microsoft, is departing after 22 years of service.
Ooh, 22 years. Good for him.
Yeah, so he was the former head of programming, I guess, and he kind of revolutionized the idea of the video game industry speaking straight to the consumer, which is, when it works right, that's where we are today.
Yeah, I remember when I just started getting into video game, like not getting into like doing it, but listening to, video game journalism and reading all about it. Like he was always, on the forefront talking about stuff and, right out there, like you said. So, very cool.
Yeah. From what I understand, he's not retiring so much as he says he's going to step back and focus on the next portion of his career.
Okay. All right. Good for him. Good luck, Major Nelson. All right. Well, that's it. Thanks for checking out this episode of Gaming News Weekly. Please, do the like, subscribe, everything. We're here every single week. We're bringing it the biggest things happening out there. We're on podcasts. You can listen to the show there. You can watch us on Fruit Lab. It's a very, very popular website. And you could earn money, cryptocurrency, just by watching video game clips. You can watch us. It's pretty cool. Or you can check us out on YouTube. I'm at Pop Culture Playground. It's where you'll find this show. Full Clip is over at GameFAQs, GameFAX. He's also over on Twitch every once in a while. Full Clip _FL. Doing his thing over there. You can also check us out on TikTok. We're putting all the things on TikTok. I think that's everything. All right. I'm going to bed. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.